everyone, and welcome back to another anime episode review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hello, everyone.
We are back this week with a much better episode of Shield Hero.
Oh, easily. Definitely so much better than the last one.
The start of, I can't say too much on it, right? But the start of what is, in my eyes, one of the most iconic Shield Hero bits. It's just one of the things I think of when I think Shield Hero, and a lot of other very interesting stuff has happened, to say the least.
There's a lot that happened this episode. There's actually, unlike last episode where it feels like I was handed a sandwich, but instead of actually being a sandwich, it was just two pieces of bread. This one feels like there's more to it. There's more meat to sink my teeth into. Or us too with the discussion.
And I'd say it also felt like, and I guess we could talk about this whenever we get to like specific stuff we're talking about, but it felt like the moments that were intended to hit home more than last episode.
Oh, easily. Like there were moments that I felt like it did a lot of different, not genres, but it got a lot of different reactions out of me this episode. Like a lot of laughter, because we'll talk about it. A lot of like anger
pure
at
hatred,
pure hatred. Biggest yapper in history. I said that off recording, and I'll say it again. My God, it was enjoyable. I felt a range of emotions. Unlike last episode, where I felt nothing. This was a pretty good episode. Should we just jump straight into it then?
Yeah. So we start off, and I get flabbergasted immediately because it's kind of, Nafumi around the village. We get to see some of the little, slice of life moments. We get to see the villagers, yada, yada, yada. Like, oh, Nafumi's cooking, all that thing. And then this random girl comes up to him. And I don't know if you noticed her. She was in a lot of the background shots. The first background shot that she was in, I wasn't like super focused. I was just, looking at everything. And then I was like, wait. So, was that Sign?
I noticed her.
I was like, I had to go.
Not in all of them, but I noticed her once or twice.
Yeah. I mean, she has a more distinct design than the other villagers.
Like a sore thumb.
Also, good that I don't have to call her Murder Period anymore. It's just like Sedina with her fake name. I just know her as Sign. So
Murder Pomni.
Murder Pom. That's so true. But yeah, so we get to see her, and it just straight up says that, I admittedly didn't remember this scene, but also, I don't think that it would be anime original. I'm pretty sure this was in the light novel, but also I don't remember, and I don't have my light novel on hand, so I can't check. But we get to see her, and she asks Nofumi for soup, and, her voice is still acting strange. That's kind of weird. Wonder what that's about. That's crazy. Wonder if that's going to be a plot point. That's insane. And then she asks Nofumi for soup, and she's like, well, I help protect the villagers. I wish we had kind of got that foreshadow. I don't know, but maybe I'd have to go back and rewatch last episode to see if that was. Nafumi's like, look, you tried to kill us earlier. I'm not gonna let you stay here. And she's like,
Nafumi really hit her with the get along.
She just kept stepping away 2 steps and looking back.
And whenever she was walking away, it was really funny. She just stopped, turned around, and Nafumi would still be standing there, glaring at her. And she walked a few feet, turned around, and then she did it for a third time.
Bro was not budging. On it.
Expecting something more to happen from that.
Yeah, even that feels like, but I guess that's our introduction. We get to see another side of Sign, because we got to see her fighting, and she's strong and yada yada, and she has her little mannequins, whatever, murder clown, whatever. Now we get to see that she's just some little girl who wanted some food, and it's little puppy dog eyes, walking away. So.
That was pretty. If you know what, it fits. I'll say this: it fits in line with Naofumi, because Naofumi is not a trusting person.
No, absolutely. Even
it would have been out of character.
I have a lot of thoughts on Naofumi's character. Bro doesn't budge. Bro does not compromise, and I can always respect that.
It would have been out of character if he was like, you know, you tried to kill us. Yeah, sure. Like, no, dude's been burned one too many times. I mean, that's literally the beginning of the show. Dude's gone through his dark phase, and he trusts mostly the people that he has, like, the slave. Because it's Ratalia, Philo, Melty. Does Melty have one or no? No, Melty doesn't.
Does not have one because she
it's
is
the green hair girl.
Yeah, Rishia.
Sorry.
And then this was also skipped over. In the anime last episode, well, big surprise, last episode skipped the detail. All like the slaves and people that he bought for his village have a slave crest, and Sedina has a slave crest. Like everyone living in his village has a slave crest. Eclair doesn't.
Yeah.
Eclair doesn't. The old lady doesn't.
Wait, Sedina, that's the fish one, right?
Yeah. Sedina does.
Neat.
Claire doesn't. That's the pink-haired chick who I thought was an adult and is actually 16 or 17.
What a dumb name. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the Hingen Muso lady, which fun fact, like, I cannot remember if her name has ever been said in the light novel or not, but I don't remember her name ever being said in the light novel.
Interesting.
That's kind of a
just a character with no name. That's pretty funny.
It's not unique. It's a running whatever. But it's funny. It's funny.
Then after this, doesn't it transition into the main part of the episode where they're talking with the queen, and the queen's like, "You guys need to," or isn't that's at the beginning, right?
No, I think that's this episode where... No, it is at the beginning. You're right. It is at the beginning where the queen's like, look, we found the spear hero. You guys need to go get him. We need him back. And if he was like, I don't wanna. But then he does anyways. But yeah. So you were kind of asking about that, and I'll explain it again. So, now Fumi needs to get back in line with Motoyasu, because the heroes need to actively work together to fight off not just the waves, but also now the four holy sacred beasts, whatever. Four guardian. I genuinely cannot remember what their little brand is called.
Yeah, because first is Tortoise, and then now it's the Phoenix. The four fart smellers, not smart fellows.
Way.
And so the second one is coming. It's the Phoenix. And he has to get the band back together. That's what I said that in the episode. This is the getting the band back together arc.
Yeah. And you know, I think that the structure of this arc is pretty fun so far.
I like it because now Fumi has to try to reconcile with three assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, as I was saying in the episode, you know, he doesn't have to be friendly with them. They just need to get along well enough temporarily and work together and stop. Like, once they're done in this world, like, hey, great. Or once they're done, you know, fighting, they don't even need to interact the whole time. Like, if they just decided not to hate each other on a temporary basis when they went out and fought, they could just go back to hating each other. Like, they just need to work together temporarily. And it's funny that now Fumi has to take the initiative to reach out to these people who basically tried to ruin his life early on.
I think there is a part, though, that needs to work together, because they need to work together to power up, because the different power up methods that each of them know, like, work for so like the power up methods is a big thing. Obviously, as we saw from the little flashback, Motoyasu is extremely weak for where he should be. As to, like, well, one, the spirit tortoise woke early, so it's like, you know, not entirely his fault. But the other heroes are extremely weak as to where they should be.
Yeah, because they're not working together.
Yeah. And they're not, you know, taking...
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, then, yeah, they can work together on a temporary basis.
They don't have to like each other. But
they just need to work together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
liking each other does help a lot. Like it's not going to be effective to work together if they actively hate each other's guts.
It's like working at office, and Fumi's like, oh man, I have to get together with my coworkers, even though one of my coworkers' girlfriends tried framing me for sexual assault. Darn it.
Yeah, so Motoyasu runs into one of his old party members, which, if you did not remember, that is completely fine, because she is literally, I don't think, probably ever said a word before.
A literally who cares character, yeah.
Yeah, but she was one of his old party members, so we see that during the fight of the spirit tortoise, they all abandoned him. Lol, funny.
That scene was pretty funny, where he runs up, he thought he was going to do something, he just keeps on whacking at it over and over, and like when he did lightning strike, I was like, oh, okay, he's going to do a bit of damage, it's just going to regenerate. Nah, he barely made barely made a dent in that thing.
we see them, and she rejects him and is basically like, look, your net worth is 0. Get your money up before you get your funny up, So she leaves him, and he's like, oh, boo-hoo. And then Nafumi goes and talks to her, and then she explains how they left her.
After he runs off, Motoyasu sees Nafumi, and he decides, yeah, I'm going to run away.
Yeah. And then Nafumi, after talking with her, is like, okay, where are all the bars and brothels or whatever around here? Taverns. That's the word to use, taverns. And they go to the tavern, and they don't find Motoyasu there immediately. Who else do they find but Kirito? But
Ren.
Like Kirito, but Inosuke, but Eren.
Yeah, okay, that's why his voice sounded familiar. He's Inosuke.
It's Matsuoka.
I hate him. I hate him even more now. Anyway,
I love Matsuoka so much. Love him. He's the goat. He's the goat. He's the Bryce Papenbrook of Japanese voice acting. It's awesome.
You cannot say Bryce Papenbrook without me thinking to that one Attack on Titan meme where he's in the store looking for like a bra for Mikasa.
I can't say it again. Oh. Don't make me ask again. How big are those titties, bitch? Hurry up. I'm getting weird stares. That has to be him. That's just his voice.
Anyway.
Now, Fumi is like, let's talk. And we learned that we knew from the queen telling us, but all of Rin's party is dead. And Rin, a 16-year-old kid, is in denial about it a little bit. Is he a bit of an asshole? Absolutely. But I think that his denial as to it is understandable. Right?
It shows some emotion. Like it's not like, okay. There would be a difference in how he denied it versus how another person might deny it. Like, he's like, no, it wasn't my fault. They were just too weak. Like, you could tell that there's some emotion charging his, his statement there. It's not like edgy, like, oh, they were too weak.
Yeah, he's not like...
He's not heartless.
Yeah, no, like
he's a bit of an ass, but he
makes sense. I think that it's done well. I think that it's done well. Because it's like his irrational behavior makes sense. And then we see, Fumi's kind of talking with them, and then who else but bitch shows up? I hate her.
I hate her too.
I hate her on a level that is
Look,
deep.
If nothing else about Shield Hero, Shield Hero definitely did a good job at making like a particular character who's just universally unlikable. I don't think I met a single person online who even likes this character, and if they did, I would question their moral alignments.
I hate her. Okay, real quick. Talk on something, Kyle. I need to pull something up.
Okay, sorry, you threw me under the bus there. As for this character, bitch, I like what the series up to this point has done with her. Not that I like her in particular, but I like how... Again, Shield Hero Season 1 is some of my favorite stuff. I really like how she was used early on in Season 1. And wasn't it toward the end of Season 1 when they had the trial?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I've looked up my thing. Thank you, Kyle.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't prepared. Anyway, what were you looking up?
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate bitch since I began to read Shield Hero. There are 387.44 million words of million miles of printed words in wafer-thin layers that fill my light novel collection. If the word hate was engraved on each nano-angstrom of those hundreds of millions of pages, it would not equal 1/1,000,000,000th of the hate I feel for bitch at this micro instant for you. Hate. Do you think that that's warranted?
Bro pulled out the thesaurus for that one.
Dude, it's the hate speech.
I mean, can you link me? Is it like a Reddit post?
No, that's an entire thing. It's from a book. We'll talk about it after the episode. But you should read it. It's really good. But yeah, no. So she talks to Rin, right? Cool, sweet, awesome.
Well, she shows up and she's like, "Oh, you can't listen to the Shield Devil, the Shield Demon. He orchestrated it. Now, Fumi."
Yap. I'm
just thinking of the chicanery episode. Naofumi did it. He'll never change. Just throwing him under the bus, just like he did it. He set up the shield, the tortoise. He was controlling the spirit. She's like this, just some sort of what's the word? Like crazed conspiracy theorist throwing everyone left and right. Motoyasu shows up, spear hero, and she's like, he sexually assaulted me too. She's just shooting wildly, wasting all of her ammo on anyone within her line of sight, blaming everyone else around her.
She looks at like some random guy in the bar and says, "And your hairline is receding."
She's like, Ren, you can't trust him. Only trust me.
Queen of gaslighting.
What's the level beyond is this like super gaslighting? What's the level even further beyond just gaslighting?
She is the very definition of gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Because like as of this point, oh no, she's like, oh, the trial was faked. The only reason why this happened to me is because my awful evil mother just wanted her like goonie to take the throne, and she's spouting all this bullshit. And I think my biggest mystery of this episode is why her slave mark isn't triggering. Because isn't it where, like, if she lies, it, like, shocks her?
Yeah. She is... Her slave mark makes it to where she is physically incapable of telling lies.
So, this begs the question. Who, what, when, where, why, and how is she able to do this? Because now that she can lie again, and she can use her Queen of Gaslight powers on anyone and everyone who's, like, able to fall under it... that's not good. That's not good. This is no good.
Arguably suboptimal.
Arguably suboptimal. Yeah, no, it's not good. Because then
and here we get.
Now, oh yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say we get to see her here, right? Obviously, Rin is in a scenario where his party's dead, and he doesn't feel too good about it. He's in a lot of denial about it.
He's choosing the easy way out. I mean, like, Inafumi even alludes to this, where he's like, you're just blaming everyone else except taking responsibility for your own actions and the consequence of your own actions. And that's why, like, he's just listening to her, because it's easier to believe in these lies that people are saying, and it's easier to believe that it's not your fault and try to convince you. If you believe in it, it's not a lie to yourself, even if it's a lie to everyone else.
Yeah, and she does the exact same thing, uses the exact same words that Talia did with Naofumi.
Which is
Naofumi's like
pretty fucked.
Naofumi's like, okay, this is it. Goes off on Rin. Then Rin is like, I hate you. Fires off a gun in a loaded supermarket. And Naofumi's like, "Whoa, bud, let's okay, Jamal."
No. You missed the good part. I like the part where Ren's talking. And he's like, "Shut up! I'm gonna kill her if she keeps on spouting bullshit."
I kill who? What?
Remember when he threatens to like kill bitch?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Ren.
No, not Ren.
Like, what when?
No, now Fumi's like, shut up, or I'll kill her too.
It wouldn't work. She gaslights too much.
Yeah. And
she
no,
just
you're right.
Gaslight her way out of her own death, honestly.
The supermarket has a new hole in the ceiling.
True. And then Rin goes, okay, PK fire and TP's out. I don't know what PK fire is. I don't play Smash.
Dude, you missed a good solar flare joke, like from Dragon Ball.
Do you think I read Dragon Ball?
That's so true.
But then Motoyasu is like,
oh no.
Oh yeah, he like clung to her and she kicked him off of her, and then she like did the face and he was like, ugh. And then he's really depressed. And then
he's thinking, women lie? How could they?
He's like, why does everything bad happen to me?
And then the simultaneous best and worst part of the episode happens.
The budget kicks in. Dude, this is where Mappa's money went, dude. They sent it here.
This isn't Mappa.
This is where Mappa's money went, dude. They had to save resources for this episode of Shield Hero. Dude, I love Shugo Mappa. Philo gets her own idol song, idol dance. Motoyasu sees this. He's not looking great. And Philo hands him some food and says, eat this, it'll make you feel better. Eat this. I don't know My Hero. I think that's a My Hero joke.
It is a My Hero joke.
Okay. And Motoyasu loses. He breaks. He simply breaks at that point. Bro is gone.
And from this point on, from what Brandon has alluded to, it seems like this is his character shtick of simping for Philo now. Simping's the correct term, right? Like I know everyone uses simp for like, oh haha, like simping, they don't use it correctly.
Might not be strong enough. But I don't know what the next level of simping is.
Super simping.
No. Need to get more creative than that. Because whatever the next level of simping is, that's what Motoyasu is. Now, some people could consider this the death of Motoyasu's character. Some people might consider it the birth of his character.
Like a phoenix rising
All
from
I
the
consider
ashes.
it is the reprise of the Spear Hero. Ha 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 ha. Ha. That's a light novel joke. Ha 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 ha. That's a light novel because Kyle, there's a side story of the shield there's a side.
Are you okay?
There's of the Shield Hero light novels called because the Shield Hero light novels, there's a side story of them. There's a side story of the Shield Hero light novels where obviously Shield Hero is the rising of the Shield Hero, called the reprise of the Spear Hero following Motoyasu. And like I can't explain what happens in them because it contains spoilery material. But so I was referencing the title of that light novel series.
Brandon, you sounded like your brain just.
I'm going after I edit this episode. I'm going to bed. It's not even that late. It's not even that late. I'm going to bed.
You sounded like Motoyasu's brain the first time he saw Philo.
I told Kyle how weird it was to see like the first scene where like we see Motoyasu with like when he's talking to Naofumi, Philo, and Raftalia, and like he didn't like immediately like rush Philo to like sexually assault her. Like that felt extremely out of place for that to not happen.
Now, on the one hand, it is pretty funny. On the other hand, Philo looks like a 6-year-old.
Well, she's actually like 2 weeks or something, so
she's even in lore of the universe, even younger than that. But like, my God,
Raftalia is
like
10. Don't forget that.
It's funny, but like, it's still weird. I'm mixed on the bit, but it's weird, but it's
better,
funny.
Kyle, it gets better.
They alluded
to it. They alluded to it. Like, no, there is another aspect of this that hasn't been shown yet.
Oh,
they alluded to it. They alluded to it at the end of the episode, but
interesting.
You know, and then that's where we left off, where Motoyasu now calls Naofumi father, which it's like it's weird that we're like that wasn't happening before. It is.
Yeah, he's calling him father. Like, whenever he called Naofumi father, that was an emotional experience for myself. All in the span of like
I was
5 seconds.
It's like it was like whenever you go on like a trip and you come back to your own bed. It's familiar.
Like, you haven't seen it in a while, but it is familiar.
It's good to be back. And yeah, that's this week's episode of Shield Hero. There is some fun stuff. I certainly enjoyed this episode a lot more than last episode. I think that the moments hit like they were supposed to hit. I think that you felt the proper emotions you were supposed to feel. I think the quote-unquote proper introduction to Sign's character was done well, because I really like Sign. As to where she places all time for me, I don't know. She's not Atla. She's not Atla. I do really like her. Good to see her. Good to see Rin again. I think that the writing with his character was extremely solid. Terrible to see Bitch again. I hate her so much. And Motoyasu is finally up to form. What can I say?
Finally.
What, Kyle? Do you have any final wrap up thoughts on this episode?
Not really. I mean, okay, I could say this. Last episode did make me slightly worried as to this season's content because, first season did a lot, 24 episodes, whatever. It did a lot. So the last season had a pretty big, it had its focus split between the tortoise and the isekai arc, which those blended together. It had a good focus. And I've been a little worried this season's direction. It hasn't been aimless so far, per se, but I love the episode. I was like, I really hope it doesn't focus on stuff like this. So this episode was definitely a pleasant surprise, to say the least. I am happy that this is how I'm happy the direction that it's going. It is a good direction.
I'd say so as well. And so begins my favorite series, the Flanderization of the Spear Hero. That's right. I said the title in the episode, unlike a certain movie that Kyle and I may or may not have seen today, which did not say the title in the movie, which simultaneously was a blessing and a curse because that would have been hilarious, but it would have impacted the movie quality. I will not name said movie, but I've said the title, and I'm tired. So, with all that said, thank you all for watching. Genuinely hope that you all enjoyed. No, that's not what I say. No, oh my gosh.
Thank you all for watching.
No. That's the second part. If you're this far in the video, then obviously there's something you like, so you should subscribe and leave a comment telling us what you thought about the episode.
Okay.
That's what I say. And then the second part is thank you all for watching. Certainly hope that you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.